Alright, fam. NBA Youngboy revealed something truly dark about his performance. Alright, this video is by The Truth Is. It's your boy Dwayne. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let's go.
Just a few days back, NBA Youngboy kicked off his MASA Tour, and it's been nothing but a big success. Thousands are packing into venues to watch Youngboy perform for the first time in a very long time. Many fans have been on social media posting videos of the performances, giving us an inside look, showing Youngboy's elaborate stage setup and production. While most fans seem to love the performance, they fail to pick up on the symbolism being used during the performance. The fans are praising his show because they have no idea what they're giving praise to, and what Youngboy is actually trying to tell them with all this dark imagery. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos exposing the truth into it. Over the years, NBA Youngboy managed to become one of the top rappers in the music industry. For several consecutive years, he was declared the most streamed artist on all of YouTube. This was credited to his cult-like audience that has watched Youngboy go from rag to riches, from a teenager to a man. Although Youngboy was one of the top artists in the industry, for the last few years, his music has taken a backseat to his legal troubles. Even though he had an ultra-successful career, he couldn't keep himself out of trouble. The more money and fame he amassed, the more trouble he got himself into with the law. While this hindered his presence in the industry, it didn't stop his cult fan base from getting bigger and bigger each year. Unfortunately for Youngboy though, his legal troubles kept him from being able to perform for his fans for over 2 years. His last known performance was all the way back in 2023 when he performed at Rolling Loud. Because of his serious legal troubles he was facing, he wasn't able to leave his home as he was on house arrest. That was until the President of the United States, Donald Trump, decided to pardon Youngboy of his serious criminal charges.
Trump's a G. He pardoned Youngboy. He pardoned Youngboy, Kodak, Lil Wayne. Nah, Trump is for the hip-hop community, you gotta admit.
May 29th, Youngboy received a pardon by Trump and his administration. Youngboy thanked Trump for his pardon with this statement. I want to thank President Trump for granting me a pardon and giving me the opportunity to keep building, as a man, as a father, and as an artist. Not long after this, Youngboy announced his MASA Tour. This was going to be his first time performing in over 2 years. The fans were excited to say the least, as finally, they were going to get a chance to see their favorite artist live. Youngboy kicked off his tour on September 2nd in Dallas. The show was a massive success, selling out almost immediately. Fans were ready to see their favorite gangster rapper perform again in over 2 years. And what a performance it was. The performance started with Youngboy in a casket that was slowly descending from the ceiling as he began rapping.
This looked like some Kanye shit, bruv.
With the stage being set up to resemble a sinister-looking cemetery with a green tint. There he was floating, looking down at his thousands of fans cheering him on. The performance had elaborate set pieces and hyped up songs that led to a high-energy reunion with the fans. People quickly began posting videos on social media, showing how much they were enjoying themselves, listening to the music, singing along, and showing off the stage. While everyone seemed to be having a blast, they all clearly failed to realize the overall dark look of it all, as Youngboy's set design appeared like a graveyard, with tombstones all behind him. Add this with the image of him climbing out of the casket, it all gave an overall dark feeling.
But it could be saying he's coming back to life, alright? Because Youngboy, he's been sort of on the low, off the radar, so he's coming back to life. They thought he was dead, but he's back alive again. Antichrist, dude. The entire show had this mysterious dark imagery that at some points even resembled hell. While the stage was set up like a cemetery, you can see a statue of an angel behind them. The angel was meant to represent a fallen angel. At one point, you see Youngboy performing on stage while everything behind him begins to burn down. It wasn't hard to see that the energy was dark with this performance. That's like some Burning Man shit in the back. Most people were seeing all of this imagery, completely unaware of what Youngboy was trying to tell them. Believe it or not, this isn't just random imagery. There is actually a seriously sinister message behind this performance. This entire performance was an occult death and rebirth ritual, and I will break it down. Recently, I did a video on Young Thug's upcoming album and the significance behind the imagery he's using there. With both of these artists using similar imagery to represent the same ritual. See, both Youngboy and Young Thug are Freemasons. I have shown evidence of this multiple times, showing the music video in which NBA Youngboy showed off his Masonic chain when he was just 16. Both Youngboy and Young Thug participated in the same occult death and rebirth ritual. When Youngboy was arrested, that was a part of this ritual, just like Young Thug.
That part of the ritual represented the death. In the occult, prison is often seen as the darkness isolation that leads to finding enlightenment.
Yeah, because what would NBA Youngboy know about Freemasons? Why would he have a Freemason chain? That just seems like so far from what NBA Youngboy would understand and comprehend. The fact that he has one just shows that, nah, there's a way he got that chain, bruv.
This is how it's described. In the occult, prison represents the darkness, or the limited consciousness from which the soul seeks to escape through the process of spiritual death and rebirth, a process that is done ritualistically. It is a powerful metaphor for spiritual entrapment and the necessary self-destruction of the ego to achieve true liberation or enlightenment. The prison represents the darkness period that is connected to death. Death in the occult is celebrated because they believe darkness births the light. This MASA performance is the final process of this death and rebirth ritual NBA Youngboy is in the middle of, when Youngboy is reborn as an enlightened soul.
Do you guys believe down below that in order to succeed in the music industry, you have to sell your soul? Do you believe that that's like a standard thing you have to do in order to see success?
They don't even hide this either. If you search what the significance of Youngboy's casket imagery in his performances, they straight up tell you it was meant to represent a death and rebirth. This imagery is heavily utilized in Masonry, as they have plenty of casket symbols that represents this process of the death and rebirth ritual. The performance itself represents this moment of rebirth, as Youngboy is seen rising out of a casket, which indicates a resurrection. His audience is watching him go through this ritual and are participating in it without their knowledge. They don't even realize their energy is being used to fuel this ritual.
Yeah, that boy's energy is definitely being siphoned from his body. Look at that, he's giving everything.
The reason that these types of rituals are done in large groups are to accumulate energy. If a crowd of people are there singing along and dancing, they're releasing their energy all while Youngboy is absorbing it. This is why stages are set up the way they are. The artist is placed overlooking everyone while they absorb all of the energy the audience releases. There is something truly dark about the music industry. It is one of the most effective weapons of the devil today. This is how Satan has people worshiping him through these celebrities. The music industry is demonic and dark. This is not something that artists in the industry even try to deny anymore.
So what about gospel artists in the music industry who are successful? Are they also selling their soul? I just want to know.
Youngboy himself admits this not once but twice. In his most recent interview he did right after he got out of prison, he admitted out of his own mouth that the music industry is demonic, even admitting that he himself is demonic.
But did he request that from you, or you just came up with it on your own?
Youngboy and Chopper definitely look like brothers, bruv.
Which ones?
Like the
Religious?
yeah.
As I see it, I just grab it. Man, it's very demanding.
Is that a Michael Jackson chain? Bruv, what's up with this guy's Illuminati chainery?
This whole industry, this whole system, shit demanding. It's very, all this shit ran off money. All this shit do not mean nothing, and it's very demanding. This whole music industry is very demanding. As I saw the crosses in the Jesus piece, I just grabbed it. It really don't mean nothing. And as I say, this demanding, I'm very demanding.
What?
Man, there's a lot of devils that's coming in and out my door. So I'm a child of God. You see my Jesus piece, you see my crosses. So as I tell you, shit very demonic and scary around here, I'm talking shit that's coming in. And
I can't see your Jesus piece because it's busting. It's blinding me. I can't see it at all, bruv.
My door is what I'm trying to take myself from. So as I see the Jesus piece or the crosses, I just grab it.
Did you grow up in church?
Yeah, I sung in the choir. After I sung in the choir, I begged my grandmother to ask the pastor, can I become an usher? They let me become the usher.
Usher Raymond.
So as the people walk in the church, I get to have
So you're a choir boy and a...
Bro was stealing the money. You're lying, my boy.
Yeah,
Did you sing solos?
I sing with the choir.
You sang with the choir. Like, where's one of the first songs you sang with the choir? Like, what's your favorite one that you still remember?
Yes,
Cap!
Jesus loves me.
Ah, the choir was not singing that shit. This is cap, bruv. That's what you. Nah, come on.
Listen, sometimes you need that to get you through the day. You gotta remember it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was like preschool choir.
Would you do a gospel album?
You never know. You're a beautiful woman. It was nice to meet you.
Thank you.
I gotta go inside.
Alright, this was good. Good stuff, man. Thank you. You too.
As you can see, Youngboy had no issues admitting that this industry he's deeply a part of is fully demonic. The way he said it, you can tell he means it too. This is pretty much similar to what he had said the previous year in another interview.
You said that music, like in terms of getting paid, it's like the biggest thing. Only
Because that land is a demonic industry that I chose to be a part of. So like I accept that I don't really, but don't be a dominant at the same time. You gotta understand they use me as entertainment. And it becomes self-destruction too. Because I ain't no entertainment. You know, you can't be spoken. Why? That shit is to be continued.
is in terms of like every time it's
Youngboy isn't hiding that the music industry is demonic.
What was that pose?
That it's an evil place controlled by the fallen deity they praise all the time. Now, Youngboy isn't the only one doing this either. Just about every big artist has been seen using this dark demonic imagery in their performances, turning their performances into straight up satanic rituals.
Even in South bruh, same thing is happening. They were saying that at the Scorpion Kings. They were saying, hey, Illuminati, dark imagery.
The Weeknd is another artist who uses his performances as
darkest,
satanic rituals,
darkest.
full of the same dark imagery with flames everywhere and occult symbols. I did a really good video on The Weeknd a few months back showing his use of occult imagery in his recent set of music videos. If you want to see that video, you can find the link to it in the description.
Only 80K 6 months ago. It's being suppressed.
The Weeknd's performance was pretty much the same thing we saw from this year's VMA performances, where Lady Gaga held her satanic ritual during the performance. Lady Gaga came out looking like a demon with souls trapped in her dress. I also made a full video breaking down the significance of the imagery in her recent videos, and it's the same thing as The Weeknd. You can also find the link to that video in the description. It wasn't just Lady Gaga using this imagery in the VMAs. The entire award show had this dark demonic imagery throughout it. This is every year too, and it only seems to be getting darker and darker. If you're wondering why they use this satanic imagery, it's because of what it represents. In the occult, the devil isn't seen as evil. They see him as a hero, the being who self-sacrificed himself in order to free humanity from God's cruel control. They see Lucifer as knowledge and free will. They believe that if Lucifer wouldn't have sacrificed himself to give humanity the fruit from the tree of good and evil, humanity would still be enslaved in the Garden of Eden, not knowing they were gods. This is why they celebrate Lucifer, because he represents self-worship and enlightenment. This is why Hollywood is always praising Lucifer. They paint sin as exciting and liberating, while they paint Jesus and his followers as boring and ignorant. Don't ignore what NBA Youngboy said out of his own mouth. He told fans openly that his music is demonic. Pay attention to Youngboy's life. He's a man who has everything he could possibly want, but yet he still looks empty and depressed. That is because while he has everything, he lost the most important thing, his soul. All that occult enlightenment he believes he has acquired hasn't helped his soul become whole. That is something only Jesus can do. But they reject him and choose self-worship instead, leading to an empty, meaningless existence that no money or fame can ever fill. Whether you believe it or not, we are in a spiritual war. Everything happening in our world right now is a part of that battle. There are only two sides to this battle: the side of God or the side of his rival.
Which side are you on?
Do you know for a fact that you're on the right side? Because I know for a fact Youngboy isn't. Yet he has thousands of souls praising his evil and giving him his energy, and worst of all, being influenced by him. Youngboy has made the wrong choice. Don't let him manipulate you to make the same mistake.
So if I'm listening to Youngboy on iTunes, does that mean I'm giving my soul to him, bruv? Hey man.
To remember that every day we wake up, our souls are at stake, and we must also remember to help those who can't see the truth find the truth. Well, that's it for this video.
Yeah, no, like I don't understand why the imagery has to be so dark in the industry, especially in the US. Like I feel a lot of the videos are so cryptic. There's always some demonic code. It's rarely ever, you know, artistically trying to honor God. It's always artistically trying to honor the devil, you know, and that's really a problem. I don't know why that seems like that's the cool route to go. Even if we take out the conspiracy, it's just like, why that? Why is it always the demonic thing? Why is everyone always trying to be some demon, some vampire, some monster, ghoul and goblin? Like, I just don't get that imagery, you know. What about things of angels and heaven and enlightening God and all those type of things? Is that only for gospel? It seems so, but the rest of the industry seems demonic. you know, and that's a problem. And Youngboy himself, out of his own mouth, has said, "Hey, this music industry is demonic. It's something where your soul burns as you get all the riches and all the wealth that this world has to offer, but yet you're still depressed and you're still down bad. No, not down bad, but you're sad all the time. You're not happy. You know, you're obviously financially wealthy and stable, you know." And Abel, the Weeknd, talks about the same thing. It's like he talks about always, you know, having all this money and all this fame and all this, you know, notoriety, but being sad and losing the love of his life, and how the money just doesn't really make him happy, and he has everything but he's still searching. You know, those type of sentiments are shared between a lot of these artists who made it in this industry, especially at a young age, and found a lot of success. A lot of them seem to have this sort of misery that follows them, right? And I don't know what that is accustomed to. I'm not just gonna sit here and say, yes, they sold their soul, or they did this or did that. But, you know, I just think if I was successful in terms of a musician, bro, I just wouldn't want this type of imagery. I wouldn't want satanic things and demons and devils and goblins and ghouls. Like, obviously, I feel like you could artistically play around with it, but the levels they go and the extent they go to these days to portray this image and to show this symbolism is just, it's kind of weird, man. It's weird. It's unnecessary. I don't think that's the idea you should be pushing on the youth. I don't think that's the ideal belief. And yes, everybody has their own beliefs, but that is not, I think, kosher. You know? So, man, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about that. This video is by The Truth Is. It's your boy Dwayne on Blaze. Like, comment, and subscribe. Love y'all. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke. Well, is that still a thing these days? Woke, stay woke. Woke is a bad thing now, ain't it? Anyway, whatever, man. I don't know what I'm going